Hey y'all, welcome back to the crazy. I'm Leslie. This is my channel, Fat Cat Flossing, about mostly cross stitch. Every once in a while I throw a little bit of another craft in there. I'm trying this without my glasses on and I am blind as a bat. All I can see is that the camera is on. Have no idea past that. But the ring light is really doing a horrible glare today. So we'll try it without this. And I apologize. All my cats are singing the song of their people, so I apologize for the racket in the background. I think I'm going to have to let Swampy in and put her in with one of the boys. So, and Dingy's in with one of the boys and isn't happy about it. So, lots of Animal Kingdom noises today. In case you wondered, I breed Burman cats. Anyway, I'm going to have to pick my notes up and get them much closer to me because I can't see. I hope you guys are all doing well. I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. We had a great Thanksgiving, although it was very non-traditional. My in-laws recently moved. They moved into a guest house on my brother-in-law's property in Texas, which is great for them. Sad to see them go. But we were so tired after getting them moved. We sat on the couch and had a frozen pizza for Thanksgiving. It was great. The day after Thanksgiving, we went down to Benton, which is the other side of Little Rock, about 2.5 hours from us, and met up with some of Steve's family, one of his aunts and his uncle and cousin, and had a great time spending some time with them. So that was our family time. But Thanksgiving Day, we sat on the couch and felt sorry for ourselves and had frozen pizza. So anyway, all my kittens are doing great. The ones that are left here, I have 3 little ones. And then a couple of older ones who'll be leaving the first of the year. I'm sorry for the yodeling, y'all. Short of going out in the backyard to do this, it is what it is. Anyway, I'm hoping to have some kittens result out of this spate of yodeling because I don't have any due right now. And typically around the winter solstice, so about this time, is the time that they start coming back into heat because cats are seasonal breeders for the most part. Anyway, kitties are all doing good. One note, if you follow me on Instagram and you have recently discovered you are no longer following me, I've deleted nearly 600 people. And I deleted the obvious fishers. I don't know what you'd call them. All these guys that almost invariably have 2 first names. They're all Michael George or David Ross or, something. Or they're Elon Musk or Keanu Reeves. Those guys follow me a lot. Anyway, I went through. If I did not recognize that you were a cross-stitcher, friend, crafter, that we have something actually personally in common, and or you may have had a picture only of a male as your main Instagram photo, and I could not see that you followed other cross-stitch people, or again, if we didn't have something in common, I deleted you. If you want to follow me again and you are one of those people, send me a message, tell me what we have in common, and I will add you back on. But I'm done with all the widowed guys who are surgeons in the army and, want to follow me. I don't get what they get from it, but I am not here to support it. So I deleted, like I said, almost 600 folks. Anyway, that's all of my updates. And now we'll talk about stitching, although I'm going to have to stick this on my nose to be able to see what I'm talking about. I have made some progress and gotten several things finished. And then I had a startitis fit. I'm sorry, my camera's drifting here. Sorry about that. Anyway, these are in no particular order, just the order I pulled them out of the basket. This I've gotten finished. This is from Summer House Stitchworks. It's one of the 2022 Fragments in Time pattern. And I finished the stitching. I still need to make it into an ornament. But anyway, this is for my son and his wife. It is with none of the call for threads. This is 36 count oyster mushroom from Fox and Rabbit. And I did this with just miscellaneous silks from my stash. Just pulled out what I wanted and used it. And then I have made another little piece to be the back of the ornament. And it's just First Christmas 2023. My son pointed out to me that they did spend last Christmas together, but they were girlfriend and boyfriend and, you know, got married this past March. So as far as I'm concerned, this is their first official Christmas. So either later this afternoon or tomorrow, I will be finishing this in as an ornament and getting it in the mail to them. There's my silks. Again, just miscellaneous stuff I pulled from my stash. I have no idea how those people who show all those pretty threads that all look so good do it, because mine always look like a rat's nest. But anyway. Okay, what else have I got here? I think I mentioned the last time we visited that my husband had been having some GI issues. And actually, I think it was the week after my last FlossTube, he had intractable abdominal pain and ended up in the ER, where they basically said, you're a fat guy, lose some weight. Being fat isn't healthy, but it isn't the cause of all your problems either. So I wasn't particularly happy with them. The ER physician never even laid a finger on him. There was a medical student who came in and did an exam. But for what we pay for an ER visit, even though it's covered by insurance, it's still outrageous. I expect the physician to lay hands on them. But anyway, he has recently again seen our family physician and a GI specialist. Diagnosis was duodenal ulcer. He's being treated for that, and he is doing much better. But while I sat, the reason for that whole long diatribe was, this is what I took with me to the ER, because I knew we would be, you know, it's an ER, you'll be sitting. This is Busy from Shepherd's Bush, and I started and finished that while he was being evaluated in the ER. And I will probably finish that into a little pillow. You know, I love sheep stuff. So I thought it turned out really cute. This is 32 count. I believe it's French vanilla, which is what they kit almost all of their kits with. It is the kitted linen and silk floss that came with the kit. And I thought it came out real cute. Love me some sheep. Then, I apologize, y'all. I think I was almost done with this, or I'd made significant progress on this the last time we visited. And I did, for once, actually stick to this and get it done. Usually I say I'm going to finish something and then I don't. But, you know, it's me. That's my MO. This is Hickety Pickety from Brenda Gervais. Super cute. I believe I started this in 2021. I didn't start it last year because I didn't start anything. You know, I had surgery on my shoulder last year, so I didn't start any fall things last year. But this is my finish of Hickety Pickety. This is 36 count Highland from Picture This Plus. And these are none of the call for flosses. These are mostly, there's some needle necessities, well, color and cotton, needle necessities. Guess I should get it on camera. Miscellaneous cotton flosses from my stash. A couple of DMCs, whatever I had handy. But I think she's really cute. I am not sure how I will eventually finish this, assuming I ever finish anything again. That seems to be a distinct lack in my life lately. Hey, I'm busy, and frankly, I'd rather stitch. But anyway, came out very cute, as usual. Love the Brenda Gervais. Love her stuff. Okay, what was next? These are all my silks from that kit, the Shepherd's Bush kit. That's what I had left over after I finished it. Ooh, a pair of scissors in that project bag I should probably take out and put away. All right, what's next? I think that may have been the end of the finishes. Oh, I lied. I had one more finish. Nope, I have two more finishes. Lying like a rug here. This is Queen of Harvest. Again, from Brenda Gervais. And as usual, I just kind of went my own way. I know it looks better when I get it on the board, but it takes me a while to get it on the board. And I'm sorry, y'all. I did not iron anything this time. I just run out of hoots to do it. Ironing is not my strong suit. Oh, and the other reason I didn't iron is my husband, who uses distilled water in his CPAP machine, and then also in the humidifier for his gargantuan lizard. He has a huge blue-tongued skink. I mean, the sucker is as big around as my forearm. Anyway, he has a humidifier in there, and he came and stole my distilled water to fill up his lizard's humidifier. So I need more distilled water before I iron again. This is Queen of Harvest, and I did make quite a few changes to this. You will notice that the pattern is more rectangular. I changed it to be more square because I think I want to frame it, and I have quite a few square frames right now. This is, I made a note, let me look. 40 count Little Bunny from XStitch Designs. And this again is miscellaneous cotton flosses from my stash. There's a whole lot of Victorian motto. There may be a couple of the call fors in there if I happen to have them. If not, I just, you know, looked at them, looked at the DMC, and pulled what I wanted. I did make her dress a much deeper blue than what the cover of the pattern shows. I just really liked that color, and I wanted to use that floss. So there's so many mistakes in it. Anyway, but you know, if you didn't know, you wouldn't know. So there she is, all finished, and I am going to frame her. And my changes were basically, there was a whole bunch more acorns in this area, and I just deleted those additional acorns and kind of moved the side of it in to make it more square. I like how she turned out. I'm very, very, very happy with her. So that is Queen of Harvest from Brenda Gervais. And nope, still not the end of my finishes. Oops. This is my last finish. This is Strawberry Harvest from Stitches Through the Years. She is on Etsy. And once more, I just went my own way with this. I do have giveaways, and I'm sorry I didn't get organized and just remembered that just now. So I will do a follow-up video. I think I have some people who've contacted me from the last set of giveaways that, you know, I'll get your prize out to you ASAP. And this is one of those that needs to be mailed out. This is a PDF pattern. I liked it so much I bought it twice, and I did contact Lana, the shop owner, and okay with her that it was all right for me to give out this printed copy. I will not be forwarding the PDF. So anyway, here's my finish of Strawberry Harvest, and I think it is super, super cute. And I'm all about keep life simple. This one is stitched on, this is 40 count Steinbeck from Needle and Flax. And again, just miscellaneous silks from my stash. I think it came out very cute. I did do something a little bit different. I am here to tell you there are approximately 11 billion French knots in those sheep. And I love the way it looks. And I will not be doing it again anytime soon. I think her name is Felicia with Mouse Potato Designs. She does French knots on everything. Everything. Every last thing. And it looks super. I think it's so cute. And for the sheep, it's perfect because it makes them look fuzzy. But, a lot of work. I had to actually put this in a hoop. Not a harp. I don't have a harp. I have a hoop. I did put it in a hoop to do the French knots because I can do one or two without having to put it in a hoop. But for that many, yeah, I put it in a hoop. And it worked fine. I haven't worked in a hoop in forever, but worked fine for this. And I think it came out really cute. And my plan is also to frame this one eventually, if I ever get my poop scraped together in one little place. Okay. moving right along here. Here were all my silks that I used for that. Again, just miscellaneous silk flosses from Stash. A bunch of silks for you. I think that's a Belle Soie. Another Belle Soie. Just miscellaneous silks. I've had somebody ask me how I choose colors when I'm doing this. I typically look at whatever picture is provided. I look at the floss list and usually pull the DMC and then try to match my silk to the DMC, because that DMC is pretty dependable color-wise. And then if there's something in particular that, you know, let's say I want something pink instead of purple, I'll just change it to whatever I think looks good. Sometimes it works beautifully. Sometimes it does not work quite as well. I'll show you an example of that in a minute. I'm sorry, y'all, I have something in my eye. But anyway, it just takes looking at it. There's no special talent that I have. Colorado Cross Stitcher has recently done, mentioned in a couple of her floss tubes, some color theory, and I would recommend you go watch her. She knows way more than I'll ever know. And then I got to whips. This is Wisdom from Teresa Kogut. This is part of the Stitchy Wisdom Sal that I'm doing with Jane and Julie from Running with Scissors. And my best wishes to Jane. She recently spent a couple weeks in the hospital, and I think she is still recuperating. So Jane, you're in my prayers. Wish you lots of love and all the best and speedy recovery. But I did, you know, my problem with this one was I had the hole in my linen that I patched with some fusible interfacing on the back. And then I just didn't have the balls to stitch on it, is what it boiled down to. Because I just knew I was going to pull on it and tear that hole more. But I finally got over myself. I put it on the board, don't I? I got over myself, sort of, and did pull it out to work on it again, because I figured if I didn't work on it, I was never going to know, and it was just going to sit there and waste away. But I won't say that stitching over that fusible interfacing, which is right here, was any fun, because I did have to use a sharp to pierce that. You know, a tapestry needle is not going to do the job. But I did use a sharp to pierce that, and it wasn't particularly any fun. And my stitches do not look terrific over that little area where the patch is, but you cannot tell that there was a hole in the linen, and the hole was, oops, I'm on the wrong side. The hole was on this side. The hole was right there, and you can't tell that there's a hole there anymore. Now, I'm hoping that when I tug on this to, because I will pin and lace this before I frame it, and I'm hoping that I don't pull it apart when I do that. But y'all think good thoughts, and you know, hopefully I'll get it done. I put quite a bit of work into this. I probably 7 to 10 days I worked on this one. And who knows? I don't keep track. But this is 40 count. 40 count golden hour from Michelle Rudy. I am part of her Patreon, and quarterly we get a fat quarter of fabric, and she does a great job. I love her fabrics. Other than this one had a hole in it, which I was very unhappy about. I have not routinely in the past closely inspected my linen prior to cutting it for a project, but I think that's going to become part of my getting things ready routine, is that I do look at it more closely. And while I would hate to waste the linen if it has a hole in it, I'd rather waste it before I invest hours and hours and hours of time into it, like I did with this one. But hopefully this one has been salvaged. Y'all think good thoughts. These are my miscellaneous silks. You will notice my colors in this are not similar at all to the called for. I overall like a much more springy pastel, bright springy color palette. Excuse me. And so that's what I chose for this. Now, I talked about how sometimes I have a winner and sometimes I have a loser. I did not do a good job in choosing the color for this little house. It is too harsh, I think. But you know what? I'm just going to count that as a learning experience. I'm not taking it out and redoing it. I just don't believe in going backwards. Like Jean Lee says, always forward, never back. I think this little house over here looks much better in the lighter, brighter blue. Again, I think this red is just too dark and too harsh, but unless I get a wild hair between now and when I finish it, I will not be taking that out. Anything's possible, but that is not my plan at this point. But I've made good progress. I think my next time that I pull this out, hopefully I will get a finish on it. I don't have a whole lot left. There are some miscellaneous little doodads scattered around. There is an alphabet scattered around in there. I'm not entirely sure I'm going to do the alphabet. I may not. And then, you know, this is solid fill-in. So that is a metric crap ton of stitches in that cartouche to fill that in. And again, where I have so many errors. One of these rows here is actually stitched over 3 because vertically, because I got off somewhere. I don't know. I got off. I'm not undoing it all. I just stitched it over 3 threads. If you didn't know, if you took a magnifying glass to it, you could probably figure it out, but I'm not worried about it. And it's just for me, and I will love it one way or the other. So, which my stitching is normally, for all my 20s and 30s and most of my 40s, I stitched mostly for other people. I have hardly anything left to show for years and years and years of stitching. But these days, I occasionally stitch a gift, but 90% of my stitching is for me. I'm selfish about it now. And because frankly, I don't think that anybody I gave things to previously really appreciated it. But mostly because I've just gotten to the point in my life that I do it because I enjoy stitching more than anything else. I'm much more a process stitcher rather than a product stitcher. So that was Wisdom from Teresa Kogut. And then I went to New Startitis time. And my first of those new starts, I was really in November in a Thanksgiving-y kind of mode. And I have for years loved this one down here that says, rest and be thankful. I am probably going to alter this one also and make it more square like that. And just have it say, be thankful. Because hopefully on Thanksgiving, let's just take that as a given. At least now. I mean, there was many a Thanksgiving when I was working as a nurse that I worked. But hopefully on Thanksgiving now, I'm sitting on my Phat tuchus and enjoying it. And again, odd-shaped rectangles are harder to frame than squares are. So, anyway, this is my new start. This is 40 count oyster mushroom from Fox and Rabbit with, again, miscellaneous silks from Stash. I don't know how to, let's see if I can get it where you can see both. So you can see I've got most of that house there in the middle done. There is a lot left to do. But there are also a lot of stitches in that house. So there's my start and how far I got on that one. And I probably stitched on this one for 5 days to a week, somewhere in there. Again, I am not good about keeping track, so I don't know for sure. Again, miscellaneous silks from Stash. Those are not the right silks. Those are my Strawberry Harvest silks. Here's my silks for this one. So anyway, I will get back to that eventually. I'm kind of out of the Thanksgiving mode right now, so it's likely to be next year before I I mean, who knows? I may get a wild hair and do it, but chances are more likely that I will move on to something else rather than that. And then I have been to the Shepherd's Needle twice since I last saw you, and I think it's been 7 weeks. I think October 7th, I looked, and October 17th was my last FlossTube. And I've been to Little Rock twice since then, once to meet my best friend's mom, because I was sending a cat. I had Charlotte's cat and kittens here, and Mom had been to and I call her Mom too. She's like my second mom. She'd been to a show in Tennessee and was coming back through Little Rock. So I just met her in Little Rock and sent Charlotte's kittens back to her. And on that trip to the Shepherd Needle, I don't think I had, that's not true. I've got the pumpkin pattern, I think, from October House. But this one, I saw the model there. She had a trunk show at Ann's shop, the Shepherd's Needle in Little Rock, when I was there. And I saw this and I just loved it. This picture does not do it justice in any way, shape, or form. It is adorable. So I came home and put away Rest and Be Thankful and promptly started this one. And I'm sorry, I don't think I told you the name of that. Live a Humble Life from October House. And there's my start on it. This is 40 count Dusty Road from Seraphim. And it's looking more grayish in the camera than what it really is. Can't get it to really look true to color. But that's 40 count Dusty Road from Seraphim. And these are just miscellaneous, again, flosses from Stash. These are mostly Color and Cotton and Victorian Motto. That's really cute. I love it. And I will get back to that fairly soon, I think. And I was bad. I left a needle in this one. I don't usually do that. I must have thought I was going back to stitching on it. Because typically I put my needles away. I don't always finish a thread, but I'll just let the thread hang instead of leaving the needle, typically. Because I have left a needle long enough to have it rust. Sad but true. And then the last thing I have worked on was I went back to Little Rock last week. I was taking a kitten to the airport. Her new mommy was flying in from Los Angeles. And I went to Ann's shop prior to going to the airport because I had to be at the airport at 3. And then I wanted to be able to bug out and head home. Because while I lived in San Antonio for years and I've driven plenty in Dallas and Houston and other big cities, I wouldn't say that I enjoy it. So if I can be out of the big city before the traffic starts, I am all about it. So I went and hung out with Ann, and she had stitching day that day, and it was a lot of fun to see you ladies. Hi, y'all. If you're watching me today, I enjoyed visiting with you last week. But while I was there, Ann had the model for this on her wall. And this is I Love My Sheep from Nikyscreations Primitives. And her model was stitched on a dark fabric, not on whatever this called for is. And this picture does this pattern no justice whatsoever. On the darker background, it's gorgeous. Just gorgeous. So I came home. Well, first I asked Ann for a cut of that dark fabric, and this is Lush Meadow from Dames of the Needle. And I came home and kitted that up with some silks from my stash and started it. Now you will notice I've made quite a few changes. The lady is in gold colors on the pattern. I wanted my lady to be in pink because I love sheep and I'm a pink girl. Today's green notwithstanding. But anyway, I have changed several of the colors. Pinks here, they're all different. Nothing is called for because they're all silks from my stash. But I am probably 60% done. I am going to change up at the top. There is an alphabet, and I believe I'm going to change that. And there's a verse from Proverbs I'm going to put up there, I think. So anyway, that's my plan as of right now. And this is what I'm currently working on. I'll probably work on that again tonight. So those were all my whips and finishes and new starts and all the things that I've been working on for the last 7 weeks. Oh, one thing I did want to say about this pattern. When I got home and pulled the pattern out, the pattern that is in here is awful. It is abysmal. It is difficult to read. You can't see enough of the lines on it to count spaces between motifs. But I went to Instagram and messaged Nikki from Nikyscreations, and she immediately sent me a clean PDF, which I printed and I am stitching from, and it is night and day difference, and she was immediately responsive to that. So what I would say is, if you have a Nikyscreations Primitives pattern and you're not satisfied with the quality of the pattern, contact her because she was extremely helpful and responsive. I could have probably gotten it done, but it was headache inducing. But she was wonderful about providing a PDF that was clean and easy to stitch from. So I simply printed that out and got to work. I was not excited about stitching on it after that first night when, well, crap, now I don't remember what my flosses were. That first night when the pattern was so awful. That's them. We put them back up before I confuse them with something else. But like I said, she was wonderful. So I can't say enough good things about her customer service on that. Okay, that's all of that, I think. Hopefully. I do have one other whip, but it is also part of my haul. Y'all see a trend here? I swear to God, Facebook and Instagram both listen to me, and it's targeted advertising. And every time I say the word sheep, this little picture here kept coming up on my Facebook feed. Now, maybe it's because I post pictures of crafts, I purchase crafts, who knows? But I think that little sheep is absolutely adorable. I have never done any wool felting, but I ordered the kit because why not? I mean, worst that happens is I have a goofy looking sheep, right? So I have started, and if you don't know, wool felting is where you have wool roving, which is just the unfinished wool, and you stab it about 11 billion times with a felting needle, which has little barbs on it, and that causes the wool fibers to interlock together and become almost solid. So this is where I am so far. Here's my sheep's body, and this started out as a puff of wool about yay big. Just like what I showed you, very, very loose and soft, squishable. And I have felted it down, stabbing it 11 billion times with that felting needle. And it is, I don't know if you can see, that's given it a fairly decent squeeze, and it is not very compressible anymore. This is firm. It feels like a wool dryer ball. If you know what those are like, that's what it feels like now. I may have actually felted it a little bit more than I should have. But, and here's my sheep's head. And maybe tomorrow, well, first I've got to finish that ornament and get it in the mail. But when I have some more time, I'm going to attach my sheep's head. And then there's this curly lock, which is from a different kind of sheep that I can attach to to make him look curly. So I'm looking forward to finishing that. I will put, I'll put a link to the vendor I got this from on Etsy down in the show notes. It's Bear Creek Felting, and their website is Bear, B-E-A-R, creekfelting.com. There's that. So anyway, that's fun, and hopefully I'll have it done next time I do one of these. So that really is what I have worked on. And then again, it's been 7 weeks, so cut me some slack. Anne had ordered this for me. This was a release for not Needlework Market like we have in the spring, but the one they had in August. I can't remember what it's called now. But this is the Bee Sanctuary Stitching Box from the Primitive Hair. And I thought that that was adorable. So she ordered that pattern for me. And then I also got a couple more of the Fragments in Time. This is Fragments in Time 2023, number 3, I think. Yes, number 3. This is Fragments in Time 2023, number 4. And this is Fragments in Time 2022, number 7. These are all from Summer House Stitch Works. And I am going to, that heart that I did for my son and his wife, I'm going to keep that and probably redo that for me because I think it's adorable. This is another October House pattern I picked up because, you know, it's sheep. And the name of this one is Wear Wool. And anything you see here, if you called Anne at the Shepherd's Needle, I'm sure she could get for you. I have seen so many people do this. I honestly thought I bought this last year, but I couldn't find it, and it wasn't in my, whatever the thing is I have on my phone. I track all my stuff I have in. Can't remember the name of it now. I'll put that in the notes too. But this is Be Ye Thankful from Brenda Gervais. And so, like I said, I'm kind of out of the Thanksgiving mode now, but when I'm ready to start something else Thanksgiving-y, I will have that. And I caved. I pretty much subscribe now to the Buy All the Blackbirds philosophy. Not every one of them, because I don't love every one, but I did like all of these. This is Peppermint and Holly, which is a collection, I think, of 6 or 7, 10, I lied, 10 winter samplers by Blackbird Designs. So I have, and this, there is a lot in this book, a lot. So I ordered that, and I also got, you know me, I'm a bee person, I got Humming of the Bees, also from Blackbird Designs. And these actually came from Jen's Stitching Niche, and I will we'll link her below also. While I was at Ann's, I bought 2 of these one time and 2 of them the next time, but I don't remember which was which. I know I got this one last time. This is 40 count antique white from Zweigart. It is not hand dyed. It is just antique white. But I had hardly anything really light colored in my stash, so I added that. And non-hand dyed Zweigart linen is extremely reasonable. A fat quarter of that was $23. And then I thought this is pretty. This is 40 count toasted almond. And it may be, I think that's pretty close. It may be, it's from HDF, which I would think is hand dyed fibers, but I don't know for sure. I'm not sure who the dyer on that is. Whoever HDF is. This is more of that 40 count. I've already cut a piece off of this that I started the Keep Life, no. Live a Humble Life. That's it. So this came from the first trip to Little Rock because I've already used a piece of this. And this is 40 Count Dusty Road by Seraphim. And then lastly, I thought I don't really have anything that I need to stitch kind of a, what would you call that color? It's a pinky brown. The name of it is Walnut Grove from Needle and Flax. And I just thought it was so pretty that I needed it. It's redder than what it's looking on here. That is fairly close, I think. What do I know? I can't see anything. I don't have my glasses on. Anyway, that was my haul from the Shepherd's Needle and from Jen's Stitching Niche. I also, it seems like I get so much better coverage out of silk, especially black. And in almost every product that I kit up from Stash, it seems like I need black and white. So I have ordered 2 hanks of black and white, well, 1 hank a piece, from Silks for You, because great quality, great price, great service. Can't say enough good things about Jo and her dyeing. So I need to get those carded and into a format where I can use them. And then lastly, I downloaded some stuff from Etsy, because I should stay off of Etsy. Is that not as cute as anything you should have ever seen? This is the pattern for Not Even a Mouse from, I think it's, she says it, Crafts. It's mmmcrafts.etsy.com. And she doesn't kit up a whole lot of stuff on some other, if you search like Crafts, Not Even a Mouse, you may find kits for it. I've got a fair amount of felt, so I think I'm just going to try to do this from what I've got. But I thought that was adorable. And then from Salt and Pepper, I downloaded Have Courage. And this was back apparently before Halloween, because I got another witch pattern. This one is called Best Witches. And then lastly from Salt and Pepper, I got Love at Home. And then the last thing I got, this was from Not Forgotten Farm. Somebody was posting pictures of this on Instagram, and I just thought it was adorable, and I needed it. So I won't get it started this year, but super cute witch. And that is my haul. I said I meant to mention this last time, and I forgot. I couldn't lay my hands on it. This was from Merritt Crawford. It was a birthday card. My birthday was back in July, y'all. I am seriously delinquent. Thank you so much, Merritt. And she sent me the cutest little stickers, including these little bees. So thank you. I think those are all super, super cute. And I am so sorry that I have been so delinquent in mentioning something about them. I do appreciate them and think that they're wonderful. So that's all I got. I will try, probably not this afternoon, because I have other things I have to get accomplished, but, and I'm going to put my glasses back on, y'all, because I hate not being able to see anything. Oh, Lord, where are they? There they are. Thank God. And I don't like this pair of glasses. I think they're too dark and heavy, but I paid for them. I got to wear them. Anyway, I order my glasses online from, usually from Zenny or Zimpf, one of those companies. I've had good luck with all of them. But the caveat to that is sometimes you don't always get exactly what you think you're getting. And these are a lot, not heavy, like weighty, but the look of them is heavier than what I would typically choose. But they work fine. So, gotta wear them. Anyway, I will hopefully within the next couple of days get stuff mailed out if you have previously won a giveaway. And if you entered from the last video, I will contact you via commenting on your comment and let you know what you won, or let you know that you won. And then you'll need to email me, and my email is always in the drop down. It's lesliedhurley@gmail.com, and email me with your physical address and I will send that out to you. I think that's about it. I doubt that I will be back before Christmas. Anything's possible, but that would require me to sit here and do this twice in less than 3 weeks, and I don't really see that being as likely to happen. So in the interim, I hope you have a great holiday season, a merry, blessed Christmas, and that all of your best wishes for Christmas and the new year come true. So God bless y'all. I will see you soon. Bye-bye.